it's Alex. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Hi. I wanted to kind of go back to the basics today. I've spoken a lot on my channel about being a freelancer and freelancing, and I noticed that I've never actually made a video clarifying what that is. I've made a bold assumption that everybody knows. And listen, I didn't know, and it's changed my life. So today we're going to just dive into what freelancing is, what that looks like, and you can understand me a little bit more, and you can understand what I'm always talking about, and maybe even get inspired to try it yourself. So let's get into it. I first want to talk about the actual origin of it because I think it's so interesting. It goes back to medieval times. So this is about a knight or a soldier who can be paid by a kingdom or a ruler to fight on their behalf. And lancer comes from the weapon they use, a lance. So I think it's like, you know, when people joust and they have that big thing, I think that's what a lance is. But it's just really interesting that a freelancer has been around, and it basically just means that this knight is not ruled by one kingdom, one king, one queen, one ruler. They can work for whoever based on payment, and that's basically what being a freelancer is. It's about being an individual who can work for multiple people without being completely in debt to that person. So when you're a freelancer, you're self-employed and you can work with people on contracts, on like subscriptions, or on project base. You're not signing to work with them full time. You work with them on a project, on a task they need done, but they don't have any real ownership over you. They just have ownership over this deal you've made on this project. And so this opens up a lot of doors. You can do any kind of work, like it doesn't have to be in the digital space like me. You can do a bunch of different services. You can offer anything. You can go to do voiceovers, you can do video editing, social media, writing, filming. You know, you can offer really anything. And you can be a physical freelancer. Maybe you physically go in person and do a service. Anything that somebody needs, you can offer. That's the beauty of it. There's so much freedom there. But the hardest part, I think, as a freelancer is getting known or having people find you. That's the beauty of freelancing websites. They kind of act as a job board, and there is a layer of protection with working with them. There are the benefits and the disadvantages, which I will go into in another video, but this is like Fiverr, Upwork, Contra. There are a few other ones out there. Some are very specific, like I think Toptal is very specific to like user design and tech stuff. Fiverr is much more general, and then you can compare things like Upwork and Fiverr where the process is a little bit different. So weigh the pros and cons, try them all. I encourage you to just go on these profiles and look at what people are selling, because you can find where you fit in there. There are so many different categories. You can really offer anything. And so you do have to be in charge, like you are operating as yourself. There's nobody to fall back on. There's a lot of responsibility. You have to set prices. You have to start understanding marketing because you have to be able to be competitive while also being stable. You have to make sure that you're making a living wage, and you have to consider taxes. That's a very big thing to consider when you're freelancing. So although there are so many benefits, like you set your own hours, you can work on what you like, you can say no to contracts, you know, you can negotiate offers, you can work with the best thing I think about freelancing is I've worked with so many people around the world in all these different areas. It's just so cool to see what's out there. It's cool to help people succeed. It's just really rewarding. And then at the end of the day, you work for you. You know, you do have these contracts and you do owe something to your clients, but your general business, you only owe you. It's really important at this stage in my life that that's where I am, because it's where I thrive best, and it's just a work setting I do best in. It's not for everybody, but the thing is, it can be a side hustle. It can be a casual thing. You need a couple extra bucks and you're good at graphic design? Throw up some gigs, see what happens. You might make a couple extra bucks. It's very rewarding, and I think everyone should try it, but I will say there are a lot of challenges. I mentioned taxes. You know, there is a little bit more of a risk when it comes to working with clients. If you do not know how to legally and contractually protect yourself, you are putting yourself at a little bit of risk for not getting paid. It's unstable because you are your own business, like you are your own person. So it's a client-based income. You're not making a salary. You'd have to get your own benefits. Work-life balance gets very muddled. And if you only work on platforms, they have some control over you. So freelancing is amazing, and I think you should definitely try it out. I think it's really cool to dive into what you can offer and how you can help people and how you can make that a transaction that benefits both parties. but you do have to be very, 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 very careful that you are doing it right and that you are being mindful of your worth and your value while also understanding how the market works. You need to understand taxes, you need to understand prices, and you need to understand how to protect yourself. So if you have any questions about freelancing, I will actually put a link in my description because I do now have a creative agency. I'm on the next step from freelancer to business owner, but I'm still freelancing. So if you have any questions, if you want to dive more into it, if you want to learn how to freelance, I will have a link in my description and you can click it. But thank you for listening to me, and I hope this clarifies a little bit. I will do a vlog this month that shows you like what I do freelancing in a week, just so you can get all of the picture. But thank you so much for watching, and like and subscribe if you want, and if not, see you in the next one. Bye.